What is up, beauties and gentlemen of the internet, Piscataway High School, and the Chieftain? I am your host, the Father, the Messiah, the head of the table, the tribal chief himself, and this... You don't have to call me any of that. I thought I was being, entertaining, but then I realized it doesn't sound that entertaining as it did in my head. So you can ignore that entire introduction piece, and you can just call me Matthew. Or you could call me anything that I listed, but that would be weird, I would assume. Anyway, this is Armed with Culture, and if you heard my Xbox in the background, I apologize, but I also don't, because this week's episode was based on gaming, so I feel like my Xbox in the background adds some pizzazz to our little podcast we have here. And if you can't guess what this podcast will be about, in general, not just like this week's, I'm going to give you a couple seconds to think. If you said culture, congratulations, you're not stupid. This week's episode was originally going to be based off the abomination that was the Battlefield 2042 beta, but I didn't get to play it because I was way too busy. In fact, I downloaded it, I opened it, I stared at the title screen, and I fell asleep. Yeah, that's right, I fell asleep staring at a title screen for 15 minutes. Now, what was I doing in those 15 minutes while staring at the title screen? That's a very good question. I don't remember. That was a little bit ago. And it doesn't matter. I couldn't play it, so I can't really review the game entirely. I could indirectly give community-based opinions, but in which I'm going to do anyway for other games, but I like to at least play the game so I can give my own personal take on it. So instead of Battlefield 2042, we're going to be sticking with the next best first-person shooter, Call of Duty Vanguard. And I'm also going to split this up into two categories. We're going to do Call of Duty Vanguard and Back 4 Blood. So, Call of Duty Vanguard released November 5th, if I'm not mistaken, and I have never seen the Call of Duty community in such a divide in my life. When I tell you, I've been playing Call of Duty since 2013, and that means I've been playing since I'm a young child, My first Call of Duty game was Call of Duty World at War. Now, granted, that did not come out in 2013. I think World at War came out in 2007 or 2008. I could be. I think Modern Warfare came out in 2007. Jesus Christ, I do not remember my dates very well. Anyway, point is, I've played Call of Duty for a very long time. I know the community. I know how it works. I know the games. And my personal take with this year's Call of Duty game, I feel like, and that's going to be the theme of this week's episode, missed potential. Because this game launched with a lot of content, and that is polar opposite to the past couple games that have released with damn near nothing and expected you to sit there and wait every month to get drip-fed new content. So when I heard that this game was going to launch with content, I was like, whoa, it's a revolution. But no, it's not a revolution, because half the game's content doesn't work. The other half the game, actually, I should say quarters. A quarter of the game's content doesn't even work. The other quarter of the game is horrendous, and the other quarter of the game is playable. But is it good is the question. So the game isn't bad. I will give it that. I think the game, if you look at it as a whole, I think the game isn't bad. It at least launched with content. We're not going to talk about the quality of the content yet, but at least it launched with something. It gave players something to do, because that, again, has been an issue these past couple of years of Call of Duty releasing games with absolutely nothing to do. So you basically just spend $60 to stare at a title screen, multiplayer screen, zombie screen, whatever it may be. You pay $60 or $120 if you want to be special and get the Pro Edition, like me, that I've gotten for the past 5 years, and this year's and last year are the only years I did not get the Pro Edition because I didn't want to be scammed out of $120. But anyway, Call of Duty Vanguard is an interesting game because it does so much good, but it also does so much bad. For example, the perks, I think, are some of the better perks we've gotten. I think the perk organization is also significantly better. I think the gunsmith system is probably the best iteration of gunsmith we've gotten in the past 3 games. If you don't know what the gunsmith is, it's basically just the way you customize your weapons in Call of Duty. Attachments and stuff like that. And I think Vanguard does probably the best job of it. I also think that Vanguard's graphics look really nice. Now, I think graphics aren't really important to a game's play style, but when you take Call of Duty and you compare it to Battlefield, Call of Duty definitely does lack, and I think Vanguard and Modern Warfare, but I'm going to just stick with Vanguard because that's this year's game, I think stepped it up a significant bit. And I think going back to World War II was cool, although I know some people despise the World War II setting because it's been beaten like a dead horse. So, you do with what you will with that information. Now, something I'm not going to be able to talk about this episode because I'm constrained to these time limits is zombies. Oh dear, we're going to save that for next week's episode. Or some other episode. I haven't really figured out, episode structure yet, but zombies is a mess. The third game mode in the game is a mess. I don't know how we messed that up, but it is a mess. And that is all that will be said. I hope I guess build some tension for next week's episode so you can actually listen to my opinion on that. So, to switch to another FPS, but with zombies, is Back 4 Blood. If you don't know Back 4 Blood, it is a spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead. And if you don't know what Left 4 Dead is, it is single-handedly one of the best games of all time. And that is a biased opinion, and that is also an unbiased opinion, because if you put 10 people in a room and you ask them, what are your top 10 best games, I guarantee you at least 2 of them will put Left 4 Dead on that list, because Left 4 Dead has left a mark on the entire zombie FPS community and the entire FPS community, period. Left 4 Dead was simple fun, and Back 4 Blood is the complete opposite by being too complex for new players and has such a learning curve that it is almost damn near not fun to learn. I sat there and picked the game up and it took me 2 weeks. Not really. That's kind of a stretch, but it took me a solid while of time to truly figure out how the entire game worked, and it was not fun. But once I figured everything out, it became fun. And I don't think a lot of people are going to have the patience to figure the game out like I did. Especially, new players who are just trying to look for a new fun game to play. And they get tossed into this just mess. But in general, I think the game is good. I think it launched with a good amount of content. I think that the game has a lot of potential that is missed. But, and I'll give you an example on that. The characters, they feel like cardboard boxes in comparison to Left 4 Dead's characters. I don't know how we messed that up, but that's just one example of many. So moving on from that. Oh wait a second. What is that? I'm getting a call. Wait. Oh, shoot! Croc is on the clock.
Hello there, mates. My name is Croc. You may know me from Croc ads. Anyway, I'm here with your weather forecast of the week. This entire week is going to be chilly. Except Thursday. Thursday is going to be nice and toasty. Now, God, I'm standing in the middle of a rainstorm, if you couldn't hear it at the moment, and things are getting flung at me faster than... Well, I don't even know. Sonic the Hedgehog can race the earth. I don't even know a proper analogy to do this. All I know is I am standing in the rain right now, talking to a camera. But a camera that's only picking up audio. So then I ask myself, what am I doing here? Why am I here? And then I think, is it all real? Am I truly Clocson? Or is this a ruse? Is this fake? Am I part of the Truman Show? If I am, hello there. I'm here. You can look at me. But I don't think they can hear me. Jeez.
Croc, stop traumatizing my audience. I let you on the air because we had a good time filming the Sweet Kicks commercial. It doesn't mean you can sit there and try to get my audience to, to think.
No! You listen to me. They need to know the truth. It's all fake. It's all gone. There's no heaven.
All right, we kicked him off the air. I'm sorry about that, everyone. Anyway, to wrap things up, this was our introduction episode. I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope you also enjoyed my little rant on Call of Duty. I can rant about Call of Duty for hours, and I guarantee it would be the most entertaining thing ever. So if y'all want to see a whole episode dedicated to me completely laying into Call of Duty, oh man, I would love to do that for you. But if anyone here has any suggestions on show topics, I will also keep them noted. I would love to do anything that anyone suggests, because why not? But just remember, it has to be culture related, which I'm sure a lot of people can think of something. It's not that difficult. Here I am thinking about stuff, and I don't think I'm the smartest person ever. So please, if anyone has any suggestions, let me know. I'll see you guys in the next episode, which in theory would be next week, but you never know. So anyway, hope you guys have a grand old day, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Matthew out.